Hello ladies and gentlemen of the StarCraft Nation, Zoya here from the StarCraft Squad bringing you another professional matchup. Spotting in the bottom left as the blue Protoss is Slider, and then the top right is Mouse Strelok. So we got a TVP on Strelok Caverns here. Sorry, I forgot the map name for a brief second. This was definitely my favorite matchup all around. I do play Terran, so and my favorite matchup to play as Terran is TVP. But to spectate and to commentate, I definitely like TVP a lot as well. There's just so many variables that can go on in a Terran versus Protoss that it just makes it really, really interesting. If I had to pick a second, it'd be Protoss versus Zerg, just because those games can get crazy, but definitely Terran versus Protoss is my favorite. So hopefully we see a very interesting game here. And the best part about Strelok Caverns is this expansion is very vulnerable to many attacks, but also can be easy to defend. I mean, you got this rock you can break through, you got the back door, you got two different angles of attack from. These chokes make the game very fun. The expansions are kind of easy to defend, but kind of not, and then the fourth bases are kind of awkward to get. So I mean, it's just a very, very entertaining map. Now, it looks like we're getting very standard stuff from both players. Nothing cheesy yet, no early gases, nothing crazy. But for the most part, it's, you know, just a standard TVP. And hopefully, you know, both of these players are extremely good. Slider is, you know, he's one of those Protoss players that is really strong, and you're just kind of waiting for him to make a tournament appearance and do really well in it. He's just really good. He's like one of those ladder guys that, you know, you can't wait to perform well. And then Strelok is one of the best Terran players in the world, in my opinion. The guy's freaking insane, but really not much else we can do here. Gas has been, you know, finished for Strelok. His barracks is almost done as well. We're going to be getting that orbital command. Gas done as well for Slider. Really, you know, both players are just now starting to scout. Strelok's almost in his base. Slider is just now sending his scout out at 18 food. That's a really late scout. Marine should be done by there, and Strelok should be able to micro it well enough to kill it. Second Marine coming out as well. Still no second gas from him yet, but we are getting our second gas from Slider. Getting that Cyber Core as well. Getting an early Zealot as well to kill that SCV. But let's hopefully see how well Strelok micros this Marine. See if he can stop this probe from getting inside. Here we go. Second Marine is here though, so didn't even need to micro it. Didn't get to see anything in the base. Didn't see the single gas. Didn't see the one factory. So we're probably going to see a either Hellion play or early siege tank play into expansion because we only have the one gas. Now we're getting that stalker out, getting a warp gate. Still only on one gate right now. Could go several different ways from here once you have the second gas. There's just so many tech possibilities for the Protoss player. Now getting that tech lab on the barracks. Probably going to be swapping the factory over there. Wouldn't be surprised if Strelok goes Blue Flame Hellions in this situation. And we are getting that Robo Bay from Slider. So going one gate Robo. And then here comes the Hellions. So we're not going Blue Flame Hellions. We're going Marauders with Concussive Shells. So we're just going to do a little bit of early pressure with the Hellions, the Marauders, and the Marines. And then just expand off of it more than likely. Now if we can have Strelok push before Slider gets this robe up, he could probably do a lot of damage here. But we do have the Sentry on the way, and once we get our first Immortal out, the Hellions and the Marauders are going to be really, really worthless against this. It doesn't really look like Strelok's planning on expanding soon or getting another gas at as well. He still has 3 guys in the first one, hasn't pulled anything in that. He's just, you know, building another barracks right now and getting those Hellions. It's really weird to see this kind of build. It's yeah, really weird. We also have a Robo Bay going down for Slider right now, so we're getting a one base Colossus build. We don't have any additional gates down yet. Oh, actually, there's a second gate. Wow, I'm bad at this. So we're going to be getting that Colossus soon. But if this push comes while we still have nothing, I mean, we only have one sentry here. Warp gate's not even finished yet. It'll be finished by the time this push gets here, though. And the observer is going to see these units walking up. The stalker from over there saw it walking up, so we know it's coming. We need to warp in another sentry here. This could be really bad for Slider. This is a decent sized force. There's the first force field. Good force field there by Slider, completely blocking off all these units. Need to see another sentry warp in soon. It looks like actually we have enough energy to... Oh, nope. Got that second sentry out just in time. And now we're going to have enough for a third. We are bunkering up, but this Immortal's on the way. Is going to be able to break this quite easily. Still no Colossus yet, though. Getting that third gate just now finishing. Hellions getting up in the base, not really pushing in. We're using that sentry to wall off so he can't get reinforcements in, so we can focus on these Hellions. Doing some good splash damage here, looking like he's killing a couple so far, picking another one off. Alright, if we look at the units lost tab, I believe it's Control R. Control R. Workers killed, Strelok's killed 5, so 4 in that Hellion attack, so not too bad. Definitely worth the cost of those 200 minerals. And we are going home, we're salvaging the bunker. Getting a warp prism, so we're going to be seeing some drop play here from Slider. Love seeing warp prisms, they are so much fun. Now back in the base of Strelok, his expansion is now finished. We are getting a starport. We are moving the barracks over and putting a tech lab on it. We're probably going to be putting a starport on this reactor. Get out those medevacs and Vikings quite quickly. Now, Observer is right over Strelok's army. He's about to have enough for another scan, so hopefully he sees it and we'll be able to kill it quite easily. Now, we don't know if Strelok's going to be moving his expansion over yet. He has to feel safe enough to do that. Yep, there's the scan, killing the Observer. And it's really just how safe he feels. Now, we are expanding from Slider. First Colossus is on the way. No Strand of Thermal Lance on the way yet, though. And Strelok's immediately getting out those Vikings. He wants to be able to stop all Colossus play before it can get out of control. Still not transferring his expansion, just, building SCVs right now. Income tab shows 34 Harvesters for Strelok, 28 for Slider. Stim's almost finished, so any timing push right now that would happen from Slider would be easily thwarted with his stim. Another barracks going down. Looks like we're transferring our expansion. We are getting extended thermal lance now. It's being chrono boosted out. So these Colossus are going to be a lot better once they have that. Drop going down in the base. Vikings doing a lot of damage to it, so only 3 of the Zealots were able to get out of it. And doesn't look like they got a single kill, so good job there from Strelok seeing that and completely denying a warp prism play. That was a lot of minerals that was just thrown away from Slider. Expansion almost finished for Slider. We have landed Strelok. He needs to fix his rally point. It's set to these SCVs right here. I'm curious as to why that is happening. And it looks like Strelok's moving out for looks like to be a good size attack. We have 1 medevac, we have the Viking, we have, Stim ready, and all we have is 1 Colossus on the field, a second one on the way, and Extended Thermal Lance is not up. So if we can push, we only have 3 sentries here, but all of them have plenty of energy for force fields. So if Strelok doesn't get his army closer together, it will get sniped or get cut in half. But we are forced falling back with our Vikings. Waiting for this final engagement here. Looks like Strelok's just going to drop the main while doing a push at the front. Good play here from Strelok. This pylon does see it. Here comes the engagement. Needs to snipe the Colossus. Stimming forward with his army. Slider has to split his forces if he wants to be able to handle this drop. Second Colossus is up. Extended Thermal Lance is almost finishing. Sniping probes right now. Lots are dying. Good play there. Lifting off, getting out of there. And it looks like Slider's doing a counterattack while Strelok brings his main force home. And this could be very dangerous for Strelok. He's got half his army in this drop, and the other half is not that big. And we have a pretty beastly force, an Immortal and a Colossus on the way, pushing the front of Strelok's base. We do have plenty of Mars here. We're getting that missile turret down to help against the Colossus, but I don't think it's going to be finished in time. Here comes the engagement. Going to do this because it looks so much cooler. Force fields used. Good job catching a lot of Marauders there, and I don't think Strelok's going to be able to hold this off. Sniping the turret with the Colossus. Not even going to be able to hit it. Oh, got 1 blast off, but not going to be enough. SCVs being pulled, stims being used. Vikings are trying to snipe the Colossus, do as much damage as possible. But good micro from Slider, using the force fields, falling back. Colossus is going to stay alive. Snipes the Vikings, and it looks like Strelok's going to be able to hold this off. So we're going to bring back up the interface. Stimming forward, sniping the sentries, sniping the stalkers, and probably going to be losing this Immortal, but these Marauders are doing so little damage because of that hardened shield. Another drop going on, picking off more probes. If we go to the units lost tab, we've got 10 Harvesters killed for Strelok, 20 for Slider though. When Strelok pulled all his SCVs, he lost a lot of them there. Right now, income tab's 34 for Strelok, 28 for Slider though. So Strelok, with his earlier expand, was able to build more SCVs and then still end up on top, even though he lost a lot when he pulled. Now this was not very big a force for Strelok. this is definitely getting scarier and scarier for Strelok because he's not building very many more Vikings, and we got 2 Colossus in this army. Here comes another engagement, but oh my, this is not good for Strelok. He needs to get out of there. He needs to run away. This is not looking good for him at all. We should be expecting, you know, him to fall back to his base. Going back to the interface screen, stemming forward, trying to snipe as many Zealots as possible, losing his medevacs, and right now we have nothing in the main base of Strelok. We have 2 Vikings on the way, but this force is way too big. We have 2 Colossus, both extended thermal lance, and, oh, getting a message, but stemming forward with the last of his army, and this should be GG at any moment for Strelok. He's got nothing left. Food count, 77 versus 56. Most of that is Harvesters for Strelok. And Strelok asking if it was a proxy base. Slider says no. Strelok GG's out. So pretty damn good game, I have to say. I enjoyed it. Yeah. So make sure you guys subscribe. Check me out on twitter.com. Twitter.com/StarcraftSquad. And I'll see you guys in the next video.